All right, we'll call the Green Bay Sex Offender Residency Board to meet. Roll call?
I will document the members present.
Okay. I need a motion to approve the agenda for tonight's meeting.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I need a motion to approve the minutes from the August 20th meeting.
Move to approve.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, first regular business is the appeal of Dakota Van Frachen. Is that correct?
Van Frachen.
Van Frachen, okay. You're requesting to move to 2590 Hennesra Lane?
Correct.
Yeah, okay, I probably said that wrong too.
There you go. Close enough.
Okay, this is your first time appearing before us, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so what we're gonna ask is that you tell us what you were arrested and convicted of. When you talk about that, we ask that you don't mention the victim by name or relationship. And then when you do describe it, we ask you to be as detailed as you can.
Okay. So in March of 2020, I was added to a social media group that was involved in the distribution of child pornography. It was not a group that I intended to be in, but through terrible decisions, I ended up distributing a picture of child pornography myself. This was not a picture that I had produced or anybody else that produced in there. It was a picture that I had found in a file that was shared amongst the group. And eventually, months later, I was approached by federal agents that had described to me that some of the members of this group were part of a larger operation, and that some of them had been arrested already. And they had described to me that one of the members had harmed a child while being in this group. And that's how they ended up approaching me, is because they arrested this person and had seen that I was active in this group at the time. And during that investigation, that initial investigation, when they approached me, is when I had admitted to what I had done in the group, the distribution of the picture, and I took full responsibility from there on out. It was my hope that that was part of my rebuilding process. And in December of 21, I believe, yeah, December of 21, I was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment and 5 years of supervised release. And as of February 22 is when I self-surrendered to Sandstone, Minnesota. And now I'm released and talking to you guys.
So you didn't have to serve the full 5 years?
No, I'm still technically incarcerated, but I am in a halfway house in Milwaukee, talking to you guys right now. For 8 months now, I will be in May 5th, or May 4th, I will be releasing from the halfway house. But during this time, I get community passes to go work, to go shopping, be amongst the community for the weekend, stuff like that. And I do receive good time, so that 5 years has been shaved down till May of next year. So I don't actually serve the full 5-year term.
But so you can't actually live, like if you would be approved to live in Green Bay, you wouldn't be able to live here until 2026?
Nope, with the halfway house, I am currently trying to, what they would call a furlough from here, and that would approve me in November to move to, the address I'm requesting, and to actually live there.
For home confinement.
Yeah, for home confinement.
But there's no guarantee that that would get approved?
John?
Hi, my name is Sean. I'm a case manager here at Parsons House, where Dakota is staying. So basically what would happen is, according to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, based on his sentence, in November of this year, 2025, he will have met a certain percentage of the sentence, which allows him to go to home confinement. Him being here at the halfway house is sort of the intermediary step to prepare him to reintegrate into the community. Barring any significant problems here with his conduct, it is a pretty much guarantee that he will be going home. As of right now, and the time does fluctuate based on the Bureau of Prisons, as of right now, that date is set in early November.
Okay. I'm sorry, can we just get your name again for the record? We kind of went out of our normal realm here.
Absolutely. So my name is Sean Franzen.
Okay. You'll just use the halfway address? Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions about his crime?
Are we early on this? Like, should we be applying for?
Well, it's September, and I think he's looking at possibly November,
Yeah.
so if,
So,
yeah.
sorry, and the reason I'm doing this now is because, I'm currently getting, furlough passes, for weekends, once a month, to go visit this address. So I would just like this to be, set in stone by November, but, this is an address that I will be going to monthly until November.
Okay. All right. Any questions on the case? Okay. It's different for us with federal because there's so limited information that we have access to. We have a representative, lieutenant from the Green Bay Police Department. Lieutenant Allen, I'm going to gather you don't have that criminal complaint. I know we had a newspaper article in our packet.
I was able to get him some documents. So,
Oh,
because his probation agent wasn't able to appear, so they did send me a few things to send.
oh, so Lieutenant did get some?
He's got like a charging document and I think the conviction document.
Oh, okay.
Hi, it's Jason.
Yep.
So, in the email correspondence from U.S. Probation Officer Specialist Jennifer Rufinat, she indicated that, she provided the judgment of conviction and the indictment that really only talks about the one image that was distributed. However, she indicated in her email that investigators found 35 images and 35 videos of what they determined to be child pornography on his cell phone. I don't know what the status of that is, if it's actually somewhere in court documents for that, but that's the information that I was provided by the federal probation officer, and I'll break for questions.
Okay. Dakota, what do you have to say to that?
Yes, there was images found on my phone, that was part of the group that I was a part of. So when they did log in, it was there. It was not downloaded to my phone specifically, but it had to be mentioned in court as a possible possession, but it was not part of my charge.
Okay. Any questions for Lieutenant Allen?
No.
Okay, thank you. We'd like to, the next thing we normally talk about is treatment. And you have the opportunity to do that in closed session or remain in public session. Do you have a preference?
We can do it in public.
Okay. So on your application, you really didn't mark anything that you've had any kind of treatment. Is that accurate?
Correct. For the BOP does not really offer treatment, especially at the locations that I was at. There's very limited opportunities for sex offender treatment in the federal system. I believe there's only a few locations that do it, and they're reserved more for people of serious charges, more serious charges than mine. So it wasn't something I was able to do. And I didn't have any alcohol problems or drug problems, so there was no treatment that I needed in those departments. But since I am still technically incarcerated, but I am released from prison, I have a chance to voluntarily enroll in treatment in the halfway house here. So I will be doing that within the next week, I believe, as long as the paperwork goes through for that.
And this is Sean, I can attest that the paperwork was approved by the Bureau of Prisons. So at this point in time, our mental health provider has gotten the approval, and it is now up to them to schedule the time to meet with Dakota to do an intake.
And then if approved for that, then like how long are the classes? What type of treatment is it?
Let me just come in.
I'll let Sean speak.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. So there is no duration to the time he's going to be involved in the treatment. Their sex offender treatment specialist pretty much goes by how the individual progresses through that treatment. It could be anywhere from 6 months to 6 years. I do not know the exact benchmark that she uses, but I do know that Dakota will be brought up to speed by her when he sees her the first couple times. She will explain exactly how she measures his progress to determine if and when he is eligible to be released from the program. And these are individual sessions.
And what would happen if he would be approved to move to Green Bay? Would he still be able to participate in these sessions? Would they be Zoom? Would he come down there? Would he transfer to Green Bay?
So what would happen is he has the opportunity to do the sessions via Zoom. He could, if he felt the need or the clinician felt the need, come down to Milwaukee to do in-person sessions. However, after the first session, the intake, they are primarily held via Zoom. While he is under the jurisdiction of the federal BOP, he is going to continue with our provider, and that includes during the time of home confinement. Once he transfers over to the United States parole officers for his supervision, he would then go under their programming, or if his personal insurance would cover it, has the ability to remain with our provider.
Okay. All right. Any questions on that?
Nope, covered well.
Okay. And Dakota, are you originally from Green Bay?
Yes, I was born in Green Bay, and I grew up around the area, close by in Depew. And I even went to college at UWGB, attaining my bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering technology. About the only time that I moved away from Green Bay was in 2019 for job opportunities in MENA. And that is where my original crime or conviction took place, but I was sentenced in Green Bay. Yeah.
Okay. And on your application, you said Toller Remodeling is a potential employer. How do you know that?
That is my aunt and uncle. I would be working under them for their remodeling or construction business.
Okay.
It is something that I have talked about with them, and they are happy to have me on as soon as I can move up to Green Bay.
Okay. Any other questions?
Never.
Do you have anyone to speak on your behalf?
Yes, I believe my mom, grandma, and my girlfriend, Brianna, are there to speak on my behalf.
Okay. If one of you wants to step up to the podium here, then you just need to state your name and your address for the record, please.
Sure, Brianna Schweitzer and 2590 Henesra Lane, which is the location there.
Okay.
I am Brianna, Dakota's girlfriend of almost 8 years. I strongly believe it would be very positive for Dakota to return home. We are working towards building a stable life together, and being at this location, which we were at prior to his sentencing, he would be home for us and give us the foundation we need to move forward in the right direction. At home, we share responsibilities that matter to us a lot. We have a dog we both care for, and we also live with his grandmother who needs help with daily things. Having him at home would not only allow him to be a part of the household, but it would give him the chance to step up and contribute in a meaningful way to his family and society. Another very important factor in this coming home would place him much closer to his main support system. That includes myself, his family, and others who are committed to encouraging him and holding him accountable. I know how important it is for someone in his situation to have this strong support around him, and he will absolutely have that if he is allowed to come back. On top of that, he has a job already waiting for him, and he can start as soon as he's able to live at home. That opportunity for steady work will give him structure, purpose, and the ability to be independent and responsible. I truly believe that being at home would give him the stable accountability and loving environment he needs to continue building a successful and positive future.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Hi, I'm Carol Van Freichen, Dakota's grandmother,
And the address?
2590 Henesra Lane,
Okay.
and I'm a resident of Green Bay, and I am here today to ask for your consideration in allowing my grandson, Dakota, to live with me. He is at a point in his life where he needs the stability and support I can provide. My home is a safe and loving environment, and I believe being with me will give him the guidance and foundation he truly needs to restart. Dakota did live with me prior to his sentence and was greatly beneficial for both of us. He had helped me greatly in many things around the house, and I am unable to do and would be grateful if he could do this again. I understand there are rules to follow, and I am committed to meeting any requirements this This request comes from a place of love and responsibility, and I deeply appreciate your time and passion in considering it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I do just have a question for you. Do your neighbors know that, like, he could potentially come live with you? Do they have any concerns with it?
No, I never, but they all know Dakota,
Okay,
but I've never asked them,
okay.
if they're, we're all old.
Do they know that he had been arrested and had gone to prison for this charge?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you.
Next?
Good afternoon. I'm Chris Brett. I'm Dakota's mother. My address is 1932 Sinclair Drive, Lapeer. I am also here respectfully to request your support and approval for my son to live with my mother and his girlfriend Brianna at their home in Green Bay. As one of his biggest supporters, I would like to make sure he is living in a safe, secure, and stable environment. Living at her home will provide love, consistency, and allow him to rebuild trust within society and with his family. He and Brianna lived with my mom prior to his incarceration, and Brianna has continued to live there. Dakota living with my mom has not only been good for him, but it has also been great for her to have the extra support that she needs over the years. They have been available to help her with chores that she cannot safely complete any longer, and I know she's extremely grateful for this. As am I and my sisters, as we are not always able to get there when she needs something done. Her house is also a common meeting place for all of our family members. This is where we celebrate most holidays, and we frequent throughout the week. Her house is a place where he will have continuous love and support from all of our family and friends. Our family is committed to holding him accountable and ensuring he completes all of his necessary treatment. Dakota has made the most of his time in custody and has completed 2 degrees, one in automotive and one in culinary arts, and he has made a constant effort to prove himself. He has talked with us consistently throughout his sentence and even today on a daily basis while he was incarcerated and while he's been in the halfway house. He has a job waiting for him when he comes home, and I just want you to know I'm grateful for your time and your consideration and for keeping the community safe.
Thank you.
He was one, did you want to see any of his transcripts? Just, no.
No,
Okay.
just if he had treatment, then that's all we really need. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Do we have any other questions for anybody, or do we want to have discussion?
Yeah, I think I just have a little bit of a problem with the fact that he hasn't started treatment yet. Sounds like it's almost a guarantee here.
Yeah. I have the concern that this really isn't effective till November. And I'm normally not one of these people that like to approve somebody for a little bit of time and then make them come back. But in this case, I think that's something that I would consider, just to see, one, if it was approved, how he's doing on the treatment, and, give him some time back in Green Bay. That's kind of where my thought is.
So you would approve for 30 days and then have him come back? Or?
Well, so he doesn't get out of there until November.
5th.
So,
Correct.
correct? Yeah, November. So maybe like December, have him come back in December?
Oh, okay.
I mean, what do you guys think?
I'm fine with that.
Again, I don't like doing that, but this is a very unique situation that I don't think we've really encountered before.
That would give him a time to get established with this provider and show some time with working with the provider if that is approved.
Yeah.
So is that 90 days then?
Yeah, the prudent thing would probably be to do 90 days just so that there's some overlap. If there was any reason why he'd be denied in December, that would give him time to move out. But in a situation like this, where there's not necessarily rent or, you know, a lease or anything like that that's involved, it makes more sense to do a temporary approval than other situations that the board comes across, so.
Yeah, yeah,
Can I make a motion?
okay.
Move to approve, address specific for 90 days and have him reappear in December.
I second that motion.
Okay, all in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Okay, so we're gonna approve you for 90 days, and then that means you have to come back here in December. And when you come back in December, you know, one, we're gonna wanna see some kind of documentation of treatment. And then also, obviously that, you know, you were approved from the halfway house to have your furlough here in Green Bay.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds great.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. You guys can go, you don't have to stay.
Thank you.
Okay, the next appeal is Kyra Jordan requesting to move to 316 James Street, apartment 4.
So Kira is a current
Cairo.
customer, I'm sorry, Kira is a current customer of mine, so I will recuse myself from voting.
So we're good with 3.
Yep, we still have
Okay.
quorum.
All right. Kyra? Yeah, okay, good. So you have never been here before, so we, as you heard, we're gonna ask you to tell us what you were arrested and convicted of. How did the police get notified of it? What happened at trial? All of that, so please be as specific as possible. Again, do not state the victim by name or relationship.
Okay. Can I state her by initials?
No, just she,
Victim.
if that's what
Okay.
it is.
So, when I was 12, I sexually assaulted a female when she was 6. It got brought to my mother's attention when I was 8 in April of 2022. After I turned 18, I sat in Brown County Jail for 8 months. So on December 16th of 2022, my judge sentenced me to, I think it was 5 years state imposed sentence on probation. Or was it state withheld?
That's okay, we have your judgment of
Okay.
conviction.
Yeah, one of them. I was babysitting her and I ended up sexually assaulting her.
And when you say sexually assaulting, what did you do?
I forced her to go have oral sex with me.
And you said it got brought up like 6 years after
Yeah.
the fact? And did the victim say something
Yes,
to
the
somebody?
victim, told her mother.
Okay, okay. So you got sentenced in 2022?
Yes, I did.
To 5 years probation?
Yep.
Okay. And how have you been doing on probation?
I have been doing better. I was in and out of county PO holds from retail thefts and mostly retail thefts. I've gone through 4 of them and I ended up, my last one was 2 years ago, but I started smoking marijuana and drinking a lot. So I ended up going to prison in February of this year. And I got out in May on the 23rd of 2025 and I have now done 1 treatment in there. I'm going through counseling.
Oh, hold on, that's all. We have to ask if you want to
Oh.
go into closed
Yeah.
session for that, so.
Okay.
Look, before we get to that far, did you take it to trial, your case to
No, I
trial?
did not.
You pled guilty, or did
Yes,
you
I
take
did.
a
I pled no
Alfred plea?
contest.
No contest?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right, does anyone have questions regarding that case? Okay, all right. Now, if you do want to talk about your treatment, you have the right to do that in closed session or remain in public session.
I'll
which-
remain in public.
Public, okay. So, you started to say that you were using,
I was using marijuana and alcohol, and in September 13th of 2024, I got incarcerated for a PO hold. And then they sentenced me to go do treatment, which with my case, I couldn't do an outpatient treatment or inpatient, like outside. So I went to Robert E. Ellensworth Correctional for about 4 or 5 months, from February 10th to May 23rd, and I completed 3 programs, helping recover, seeking safety, and moving on. And I've done counseling ever since I've been at home with Oneida Behavioral Health.
Do you have any documentation on any of that?
Not on me. My probation officer is actually trying to get my treatment records from Robert E. Ellensworth, but I just started a new counselor. Like, I start with her next Tuesday because my last one just had to fall back. She had too many clients.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the courses that you did take at Ellsworth. So, helping women recover. Tell us what you learned from that class.
I learned how to be more supportive with like family and like learning how to calm my anger and just be like a better woman in society. Trying to take like the stuff I've been through and make it useful and not just take it as anger and like bad energy from what happened.
Okay, so tell us one way that you learned how to control your anger.
I learned I needed to set boundaries with a lot of people, and I used to blame a lot of people for what has happened to me. When finally I sat down and actually thought about it, I have put myself in a lot of situations that I didn't have to be in.
Okay. Seeking safety?
That one's more on like safety skills. So like calming your anger too. A lot of them, the treatments I went through are for anger. It's like just giving you safety skills to like just learn how to breathe and like talk through what you're going through.
Okay. And moving on.
Moving on from my crimes. Like moving on from addiction. Trying to, instead of using, figure out different ways to get over like what I was feeling at that moment.
Okay. Do you do any AA or NA classes now that you're out?
I have not. I've only been doing counseling.
Okay.
Because I feel like AA, I'm not getting really anything out of it because I was more of a marijuana addict than an alcoholic.
Okay.
And I don't really find MAs or marijuana addiction classes anywhere.
Okay. So you've been out for about 3.5 months. So where have you been staying?
I have stayed sometimes on the street, sometimes with my mother in a camper that she has, either at Brown County Fair or Apple Creek campgrounds. And I have stayed at my grandmother's.
Okay. So since you've been released from prison, have you smoked pot at all?
No, I have not.
Okay. No alcohol?
No.
Okay. Okay. And then how much longer are you on probation for?
2.5 more years.
2.5?
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys have any questions?
No.
Okay. Do you have anyone to speak on your behalf?
Do they have to sign up?
No, they can just come up and,
I have my aunt and my
sure. Who's coming up?
mom's coming up first.
Yeah. You'll just have to state your name and your address for the record, please.
Okay, my name is Natasha Marie Thomas. I don't currently have an address because I am homeless, so I am staying at the Apple Creek Campground, and I believe it's the town of Lawrence, but I know it's still in Brown County.
Okay.
So I'm here just to beg you guys, basically. Since my daughter has gotten out of prison, she has been more responsible. She has helped me out when, in ways that she possibly can. And it's a unique situation again, because the her that she hurt is also, you know, my blood too. So I would really like it if she would be able, I mean, she was able to get a house here and she's able to, like, you know, move forward. She's looking for employment. I just want her off the streets. You know, I don't want my mom to get mad and just, you know, kick her out, and it's a back and forth game with us too sometimes. But since she's been out, she's been great, you know. And it's kind of a weird situation because the nights that she gets to stay with me, I have to find placement for my other daughter, you know. So right now it would just be so much lifted off of my shoulders of not having to worry that she's on a park bench somewhere, or if, you know, she's just somewhere in the cold. And I know that she knows that she has done wrong, and I am the one who called the cops because my husband was he just wanted something done. So, and I didn't know like the whole story or anything, and when I went to the cops, you know, I told them the situation that I was told for my daughter, and it hurt. And Kyra is learning that, you know, the difference that hurt people don't always have to hurt people. Sometimes hurt people can heal people. And I see her doing that. I see her, like, when she is talking with good friends or good people that she's now acquired herself with, that, you know, they're learning from each other to be better people. And she's, you know, I mean, she literally, like, with my other kids, that she is allowed to come around, you know, she's able to step in for me because I am currently going through a divorce and I'm homeless. So I have a lot going on myself, and she's able to, like, okay, Mom, I can drop you off at work and I can, you know, pick up the other kids, you know, for me. You know, my other daughter that she's not allowed to be around, she's kind of has to be with her dad a lot of the times, but she does come back around me when she's able to go spend a night at a friend's or at my mom's house. So I guess I just want some relief, and I want to know my daughter's safe.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Alicia Vera. I live at 1035 Elizabeth Street, Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm here on behalf of Kyra. I just want to let you know that ever since she was released from prison, I've seen the growth in her. I'm just thankful that you guys are willing to give her another chance. I do see the growth, and I do think she does deserve a second chance.
Okay, thank you. You can come back up here. I apologize, Lieutenant Allen. I forgot to ask you if the situation she explained was correct.
Yes, it is correct.
Okay.
The only caveat to that was she told law enforcement that she had been involved in an accident, and she did not recall anything that she may have done prior to her being 13, but that if the victim said that this happened, then it must have happened. But she actually never came out to law enforcement indicating that she did what she did.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yep, thank you. Do you still believe that, what he
No.
said?
I know what I did.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to be honest with anybody when it started.
Okay.
I'm taking honesty finally.
Okay. So, if you were approved at this address, are you working? How are you gonna pay for the rent?
So I am currently going through the House of Hope, which New Cap has set me up with to stay there. They are paying for a year there. And then I am currently starting in a couple weeks at Blackstone Family Restaurant to work there. Or I keep looking around for more better jobs right now. Not really working for me right now, but I'm just gonna keep trying until I find something.
Why do you think it's not working?
Because of my background. A lot of them do say that it's because of my background. I do have a lot of retail thefts, and not a lot of people want to work with the sex offender, which I also understand.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you guys have any other questions?
I take it you have transportation?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you.
That was my only question about how she would afford to live there, so
Okay.
it makes sense.
Okay. You know, typically, we like to see that documentation for the treatment, but I understand it's difficult sometimes to get the stuff from the prison. But I'm gonna hope that you're telling me the truth, that you're a citizen at Oneida Behavioral. So based on that, I would be okay approving this address.
I would second the motion to approve.
Oh, I didn't make a motion.
Oh, sorry.
This is just discussion.
Sorry.
Okay,
Take that back.
okay,
I agree.
okay, yeah,
Yes.
all right.
Make the motion.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I move to approve her to move to 316 James Street, apartment 4, address specific.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Now
so
you're here.
if you do move from that location, though, you do have to come back here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? All right.
Thank you
Do you
so much.
want us, just a moment, do you want us to mail that to the James Street address, or where would you like us to mail that?
Your address.
Yep, your address.
Yes, that address.
Okay? All right,
Yes, thank you so much.
you're welcome.
You need to call me.
I know, but half the time you're not in work.
I'm a place like this.
Okay?
Call and I get voicemail.
Sorry about that. No, you're good.
Oh, she got something to ask.
So, is this something, because I've seen prior in the past that you guys have had to put this on the news and stuff like that, is that something that would happen here again with her? Like, would she have to be?
I
just published it in it.
We don't put anything on the news.
No.
All right, that's all I wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
All right, the next appeal is Bradley Bruning.
So I know Mr. Bruning, he's not a current client of mine, and I feel like I'm being partial.
You can be impartial?
Impartial.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Bruning, you have been here before. The last time you were here was in June of '23, which at that time we approved you to live at 1759 Shawano Ave, correct?
Yes.
Okay, what happened to Shawano Ave?
My landlord passed away. She had accidents. Found out that she had a brain aneurysm. They transported her down to Madison, Wisconsin. She died from it. And then I moved in with her, my fiance and her ex-husband when they were living over on Badger Street. Because I got into an argument with my cousin while I was staying at that address. And since then, I was with Lakeland Care for my Medicaid, and they helped me get a place through a place called Genuine Hearts. I moved out of my fiance's and her ex-husband's place to Genuine Hearts over on Elmore Street, and then in March of last year, I got homeless because Genuine Hearts kicked me out of it. Or not Genuine Hearts, but Lakeland Care. And I've been in and out of jail on probation holds, but I've been helping out my fiance and her ex-husband to keep me motivated to help around the house and to stay out of trouble. And yeah, it's really hard because there's no resources for us. I've been looking for jobs, but finally I got back on my SSI. I get my back pay tomorrow for my SSI.
Okay. So you lived on the Elmore Street, but
Yes.
Did you not think that you had to come back here to?
My PO never said anything about that, so.
Okay. But you knew that the first time Typically, when we see you, if you've heard,
Yeah.
after every
Yeah.
person, we say, if you're gonna move, you
Yeah.
have to come back.
Yeah.
I think we would have probably said that to you, when you were on
Yeah.
Shawano Avenue.
Sometimes I have bits and pieces I miss information, so I have a hard time concentrating, remembering things. I got a lot of disabilities that I just found out that I have. Borderline personality disorder, borderline intellectual disorder.
We probably don't want to talk about that
Yeah.
until we
All right.
decide if we want to go into public or closed session.
All right.
Let's first start, I just wanted to find out why,
Right.
where you've been.
But I've been at my aunt's house, on the streets.
Yep, okay. So you have been here before,
Yeah.
and at that time you told us what happened. Do either of you need him to repeat what happened to him?
I do not.
No.
No, okay, all right. So we're good with that, so you don't need to talk about that. I do want to ask, are you still on probation?
Yes, I get off probation March 11th of 2027.
2027,
Yes.
okay?
And when I get my back pay tomorrow, I'm gonna put some of the money away for a money order to my restitution.
Okay. And then you said you're not working right now, right?
No.
But you're gonna get SSI.
I'm back on it, yes.
Okay. So now if we want to talk about your treatment, you'll have the opportunity to do that in closed session or remain in public
Right
session.
in public.
Okay. So have you done any kind of treatment? I know that you did some in red granite,
Yep.
but then you had to drop out
Yep,
because.
of work and school,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. What about when you got out of prison? Did you have to do
Yes,
any
I
treatment?
was at treatment down over on University with Pablo,
Mm-hmm.
but it was getting too hard for me to concentrate and do my assignments on time, and I was falling behind, and I was struggling with an assignment. Then I asked Marta, which is my PO, if I can go to family services with Jim Drake, and I'm currently with him right now.
Okay, how long have you been seeing Jim Drake for?
Since last year.
Okay. Do you have any documentation on that?
No, I do
No.
not. But I see him next week, Thursday,
Okay, so how often do you see him?
once a week,
And how long are your classes?
for an hour, hour and a half,
Group?
yes.
Okay. Tell us what you have learned with Jim Drake.
About taking responsibilities for my actions, setting boundaries with me and with other people, like giving people space, not to argue with people, which that's what I like to do, is sometimes to argue my point. And I'm trying to learn that. So, and it's a really hard struggle. And with me being a sex offender, it's hard to find resources and jobs and stuff like that, and hard places to live. And I had NewCap back in February of this year. I got approved through them. And it was a hard time finding a place until I got on the ball and found a place over on the 802 North Broadway, apartment number 1. The landlord's giving me a second chance.
Actually, it's James Street.
Yeah, I
It's
have
on
that
the
you're
corner.
going to 316 James
Yes,
Street.
but
Yeah, it's on the corner of Broadway and James. When I talked to the landlord, he
Oh.
said the address is actually James Street.
Oh,
The
Oh.
building faces Broadway, but the address is James Street.
Okay,
There's-
thank
he
you
said
for
it's-
clarifying.
It's confused all the time.
Yeah,
but he said-
that got me confused too.
Okay, okay. And then you had mentioned, right before I kind of tried to cut you off, that you've been recently diagnosed with some things.
Yes.
We don't need to know about that, but are you at least taking medication for
Yes.
those things to get
Yes.
that under control? Okay, okay. Do you guys have any questions or comments?
Brad's been approved by us before. He screwed up by not notifying us when
Yeah,
he moved.
that's my mistake, sorry. And then my fiance is here on my behalf.
Okay, you want to come up and speak on his behalf? Sure, come on up, please. Again, then just state your name and address for the record.
My address is, my name's Amanda Walensky. Address 802 North Broadway,
Okay?
apartment 1. I've been with Bradley quite some time, and I've noticed the changes. He has some things to work on, as you all know, but my perspective through my being with him, he don't look at women like prayers do. He don't look at children like, you know, like preying on anybody. He don't look at that sense. But, you know, people do learn from their mistakes. Get help.
Okay. You said that, you know he has things to work on.
Mm-hmm.
What are those things?
Like, kind of the arguing.
Okay.
You have to just tell him, you know, go sit in the other room, calm down, or get space, you know. And I am his chaperone. That's why I say, you know, because when we're out and about or anywhere, I'm always at the glimpse of my eye. I'm looking at his eyes where his eyes are glassing, because I know you know, his case.
Okay.
So I'm always keeping an eye on that.
Okay. And then, I'm sorry, how long have you been together?
For quite some time. I want to say 2.
2 years? Okay. And then being a chaperone, you go everywhere with him? He can't really go anywhere alone?
He can, but, you know, as long as he's not around children.
Okay. All right. Any questions for her?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else did?
No.
Okay.
He was, but with his health, he's mentally and physically disabled.
Can't hear very well.
Yeah, and he doesn't have his hearing aids.
Okay, okay. Okay.
So as I was saying before, we approved Brad before, and I think we can approve him again. Just make sure if you move again to let us know.
Yeah.
I move to approve address specific.
The second to approve address specific.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right.
Got it.
Again, what's gonna happen if you move?
Go back to jail or prison.
No, you're gonna come back here.
Before
I'm saying
you
if
move,
I
right?
if I don't report it, yes.
Yes.
Before you move, you have to
Yes.
come back here and get
Get the
approval
paperwork for my
before you
PO,
move,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Thank you, God bless you guys.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, our next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, October 15th. Do we all know if we're gonna be here at that point?
I know Brian will.
Yeah. Okay, Brian isn't. Do we have any other business we need to discuss? Okay, then I'll just take a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay.
When they talk about Pablo, is that Pablo Serna? Is that who the?
Yeah.
I used to work with him.
Yeah.
I used to be his
Recording stopped.
I used to be